Hey, it's Tom Z with Traction Real Estate Mentors, and in this quick video, I want to talk about the importance of planning things out in advance so that you don't get stuck caught off guard. Keep it rolling and stay tuned. Now, my implementation bootcamp students know that I like to spend a lot of time talking about planning, forward planning, planning out your deals, planning out your marketing, planning out your rehabs. In fact, I'm a little bit obsessed with planning, even though I readily admit that most plans fall apart really quickly. And there's a famous military quote about that every plan gets shattered to pieces or falls apart the moment it faces the enemy. If that's true, then why is planning still so important? Well, it's like the rehab I have going on currently. I knew I was going to be gone for a long time. I'm willing to fly back and check in on the rehab when I have to, and I certainly want to fly back and see it when it's all over. But in the meanwhile, I spent an enormous amount of time planning it before I left, getting the entire thing set straight with my contractor, getting the entire thing set straight with my realtor. And that way, any questions that came up, any issues that we had, I was able to deal with them in advance, because now everyone knows, and I know exactly what I want this thing to look like in the end. So it's much easier to manage remotely. It's much easier to manage via Zoom call or via Skype call or FaceTime, right? Or WhatsApp. It's easy to do a video call because I know what I'm dealing with. So I can literally be in the middle of nowhere. I'm thinking about being prepared. I'm in Death Valley, California, walking over salt fields. And look, like a lot of outdoor stuff, if you're not prepared for it, it can get you. If you don't plan ahead, it'll get you. This is difficult terrain. You don't want to be stuck without water. You don't want to be stuck without proper equipment, proper boots, proper shoes, proper equipment, proper directional aids, a compass, a GPS, something so you know what the heck you're doing. Otherwise, there could be big trouble. It's absolutely no different for a real estate investor. You have to know what you're doing. You have to plan ahead so that you can make things happen. Otherwise, things will happen to you. Usually bad things will happen to you and you won't be ready for them. So the key is to spend some time planning. If I think about probably about 2 solid weeks that I spent really planning this rehab out, every detail, what the finish is going to be, what the look was going to be like, and then able to wrestle through those issues before I wasn't going to be able to see the property for a while. That's why things go smoothly. It's because of the time I spent planning. So I encourage you to plan. I know planning doesn't sound glamorous and no one really likes to do it, but it's not boring. It sets you free later on, because even though your plan is going to go completely down the tubes, and there'll be issues that come up to throw you off the plan. The point is, since you've been through the process of planning, you know exactly how to get back on track and get back on track quickly. You don't get derailed by the problems that come up because you already know what could possibly happen. You know which ways out, you know other paths to take because you spent the time planning. So I know it's not sexy. I know a lot of people don't think it's fun. It's not the glamorous part of the business, but spend a little bit of time planning and watch how much better your deals get and how much more profitable. That's what we're after. Because a major issue actually with most real estate investors, it's almost like they're allergic to planning or afraid to plan or hate planning or don't want to plan. You have to plan, particularly a marketing plan and a negotiation plan when you're finally talking to somebody and dealing with a deal, and a plan for your rehabs, and a plan for finding buyers for your wholesale, and a plan for, managing your tenants over time. Every kind of real estate investor needs a plan. So why do so few people plan? I just don't know. That's my tip for the day. Spend your time planning in advance because it makes you an exponentially better and more profitable investor. For Traction Real Estate Mentors, it's Tom Zeeb from Death Valley, California, signing off.